and they have their buddies and comrades that will protect them. That is gone now. You ain't got you have no protection anymore if you're a criminal out there. So if you're a criminal out there and you're working for the people, you might as well count your days, because we're coming for you. All right.
And the same technology that they were going to use against us, where they can feed your DNA into something and locate you, is the same technology that they're going to use to find you.
And every time you use secret technology to do your dirt, like the HAARP program, every time you do it, we find out who you are and we come and get you. You know, just like what they were doing to these poor people up there in Canada. They basically used HAARP, and HAARP gave away, hey, we're going to be testing this and testing that. And when they started testing this, all of a sudden, these villages up in Canada started getting heat waves that they have never seen before, starting fires. And it looks like the same crap that was happening in California, where cars was melted down to the freaking ground, but trees around it was not. So they were using some type of directed energy weapon, DUIs, and HAARP to do their dirt. But from what I'm hearing, every time they use that, it gives the Alliance a way to pinpoint all of this, you know what I'm saying? So I just want people to know, if we would have came in guns a-blazing on November 4th or 5th and said, hey, the election was stolen and everything is basically illegitimate and Trump is our president, he won, blah, 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 we would have not known all these little minions of what we know now. You know how we found out all about these minions? Because they're coming out in droves. People that you never thought, people that you thought that was on our side is not on our side. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. You know, Sarge, to that point that you just made, John here to help, who is, I think his name is McCready. I did a video about him. So much is happening right now, but he's been in the shadows, very frightened, and Dr. Jonathan McCready is his name. And he was talking about how Pelosi, she was in charge of the whole thing. She was outraged. She wanted her house. She wanted to claim it as her house, right? And that they were shocked when we didn't get all pissed off. And Trump supporters they were shocked and they were pissed off because that's what they wanted to happen. They actually weren't even questioning it. That's what they wanted to happen, but they didn't think they'd have to do anything much to make that happen. They just thought that we were going to be that way.
They think we just a bunch of rabid patriots that want to go come in guns a-blazing, take over the, you know, and fall into their narrative. But just like,
but it forced it forced them to create the Babbitt situation. Right.
And it also exposed them, because just like I was reporting and others were reporting, it was a lot of things going on that day that they were infiltrated also, and all those laptops was taken. So have a nice sleep, Nancy Pelosi. Pelosi is not even around anymore. All these people have been compromised. Matter of fact, all of Congress probably was arrested at one point and put under scrutiny and read the Riot Act. So, you know, I want to do something that I never do, because people always say, well, who is this guy? I know he was in the Marine Corps. I was a communication specialist in the Marine Corps with special clearance. I went to law school. I was an engineer for New York City Transit. I was a successful business owner, drug counselor, space cadet, Star Trek Trekkie, spiritual advisor, and sovereign soul. I just want to get that out there.
Well, the last part.
Those are my credentials, and I'm a loving human being. Okay, that's what I am.
I was going to say you left a few adjectives out of the last part about your soul, because you're just not a sovereign soul. You're a loving, and I refuse. Soul.
I refuse to be a slave to any of these fools. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a right to tell me how to live my life. You have a right to leave me the hell alone. That's your ultimate right, to leave me alone. And no one comes between me and my freedom. Everybody should say that. Everybody should have that attitude.
Well, now that we know they're there.
You know what I'm saying? Even when they were not, even when you don't know, you shouldn't want that. You shouldn't want to be a slave to anyone.
Yeah, but we didn't know we were slaves. I mean, you know, they had us tricked into thinking that we had everything we needed, wanted everything. They really do. They make you think. Do you know how many stories probably have been done on the news about how lucky Americans are, the most luckiest people on the planet, and that we should be just thanking God that we were born here and everything? They're constantly shoving that down our throat as if we should be so grateful to be American the whole time. Look what they're doing.
Yeah, stealing and robbing from America, okay?
Yeah.
Ever since that act of 1871, this country has been under siege by a foreign power. They've been robbing us blind. When you wake up to this fact, you can just go to the Library of Congress. It's there. The Act of 1871 created a different government, a separate government for the District of Columbia called the United States. And that's how they've been using this con on the people for over 150 years. And I guess that's what the military is using to get our country back. But did you see Trump talk at CPAC? I know you did. Did you watch it?
I didn't get a chance to, actually. It's been crazy. Sometimes life just seems to dump a bunch of stuff on top of you. But anyway, go ahead. Tell me what.
Anytime, anybody out there, every time Trump gets a chance to speak to the world and to America, go listen to him, because he's going to be dropping bombs. He's now being, I think he's being okay to go out there and push the limits. Like I think you did watch this one when he was saying the mask on Pelosi. And
he's been talking about that each time, but every time he talks about it, he says more.
Right. So I think he's got the green light to put more and more out there, you know. And he said in his last speech, HRC is going away, which is Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
It's like everybody knows that.
Remember when everybody said lock her up,
mm-hmm.
and he would kind of shrug his shoulders a little bit. Well, now I look back on that and I think she probably was already dead, you know, like
right. Because I'm hearing that happened in 2019, so I don't know. I mean, the trial, I don't know when she was put to death. I heard it was this year, so I don't know. But they're gonna show us. They're gonna show us. Hey, how about this? Something is going on. I think the Alliance got control of the weather machines, and they're cleaning out a lot of these dumbs and making it rain. And I heard that California had over 12 earthquakes last week. That's kind of unusual. It wasn't really earthquakes. I think they were cleaning out the dumbs. All right.
Well, I was going to say I'd like to see a map of those earthquakes.
Right. You go watch. Yeah. I think someone's got it up. I don't know if it's Monkeyworks or somebody. I think someone put a map of it, and it looks like where all the dumbs was. I think Gene would probably have more information on that. Mm-hmm. But it's funny that since they got control, guess what was hit by lightning? A George Floyd mural was destroyed by lightning, you know, and I'm thinking it was done by the Alliance on purpose. That is so great, you know. I laughed my behind off when I saw that picture, and it's actually was destroyed the whole side of the building and just destroyed the whole mural. Just that part of the wall is hit too. And it's how many? What was the possibility that a lightning strike would do that? I mean, come on.
Well, the only thing that would have been funnier is the Greta Thunberg. The Greta Thunberg and the George Floyd together got hit.
Right.
Because that, I really, seriously, while you were talking about that, I was thinking about it. And well, on the one hand, it's quite funny.